Hi all, welcome to Coding World. So today in this video, I will briefly explain about the UI builder, like starting from creation of the application. We will just cover the basic things like starting of creation of application and creating of a page, creating of a variant. Later we will jump into um, main building blocks of UI builder. I'm talking about the front end, how you gonna use the UI builder tool, starting from the components in the sense HTML components. Later how you gonna configure those things, and later how you gonna add styles and events to that, and later nav links, etc. And coming to the scripting part, how we can add a script to a particular HTML. Later how we can add a initiate a variable in and again how we gonna use data resources. Okay, this is how the entire topic will be covered with. Okay, main key features and walkthrough, and best practices and tips, and a conclusion. Okay, so these are the main overview of the script, today's video. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe and click on the bell icon. And it is very simple thing to you, but it means a lot for me. And if you want any new topics on UI builder or ServiceNow, please do ping me in the comment section below. Okay, so that I can make more videos on this. And you can buy me a coffee also, there is a thanks in the bottom. And yeah, let us jump into the video. How we gonna after logging into the developer.servicenow.developer website, we have a this screen will be visible. This is the dashboard, and if you click here and if you start, okay, already I have typed UI builder. If you click here on the UI builder, it will be navigated to list of experiences. Okay, the application is nothing but experiences only. So there are lot of experiences here. If you want, you can add the new one. Okay, so let me start by creating a new experience here. Okay, the bottom ones are page collections, which are already existed. Those are the predefined ones in the service now. Okay, and I will be simply creating CW app. Okay, application shell. Generally we give portal shell. Okay, and landing path is home. I will keep it as it is. Okay, the role is like what you give. You can give admin and all, anything you can give. Okay, I'm adding one more thing as admin. Okay, create. This will take a couple of seconds, and now it is asking me to open the experience. Okay, click on the open experience. So whenever you create an application, what you see, the common thing is you need to create a HTML page, right? So where this comes here, creating a new page which will be navigating to the particular like displaying of a particular pages here. Okay, so let me go with the creating from scratch. Will be okay. So I will start with the dashboard. There is a link URL path has been created. Okay, so here we have page requirements. What is page requirement? Whenever we try to navigate from one page to another page, okay, we generally have to pass something, right? So usually we will be passing something from one page to another page. If it is whenever you click on the card and you are going to navigate to another page, you will be passing some parameters. Either it can be ID. Okay, if you see a table, inside that table you have, whenever you click on single record, you will be carry forwarding that particular ID to another page. Okay, if you take an example of shopping website. Okay, I see a mobile, right? iPhone 13. Okay, when I click on the iPhone 13 card, it navigates to the detail page of iPhone 13. Okay, there we will be passing that iPhone 13 ID to the next page. So in that case, these parameters are required. Okay, so we are initially setting up that okay, this page need to carry forward a parameters. Okay, so required parameters it is asking right now. I'm not I mean, I don't want any parameters right now because it is in a dashboard. So that is the reason I'm clicking on looks good. Okay, this is the required parameter and this is the optional parameter. Okay, so if required parameter is selected, then this page should be I mean, whenever you are navigating to the dashboard, you compulsory need to give particular parameters, either it can be a table name or ID. And again, how we can add, on click of here I can add table. Okay, and click outside, that's it, it will be got saved. Okay, right now I no need of having a table, so I'm removing this. Okay, if you want you can add it, if it is an optional one you can add here. Okay, I think it looks good. I'm clicking here now. It is asking about variant. Whenever okay, what is variant? Okay, um, so see here, what is the difference between page and page variant? Page is the common thing, and a page is a content that lives at a specific URL. When a user opens the URL, then we'll see a different variant of this page based on the audience and conditions and orders that you set. Okay, so like if I want to show different login screen, okay, or different kind of dashboards, usually when it is an admin login we used to show a different dashboard page where we have all the analytics of a particular product or a particular employees, right? So if a employee open the dashboard, he won't see that analytics of all the employees. He can only see his either tasks, list of tasks, or the performance he made. Those can be seen on his dashboard, right? Okay, so in that case we can make single page dashboard page which contains two variants. Okay, like that. Also right now I don't want any variant right now. If you want, I will show you later like how variant works. I mean, there is no much difference between variant and page. I mean, using two variants, just we are adding a audience there, and by default we are keeping those audience to that particular variant. Okay, dashboard, just assume it is in a clone. Okay, I don't want any audience right now, so I'm passing this. And you can add the conditions here, it is an optional, absolutely. Okay, I have already successfully created, it is showing the text. Okay, you can either click here or you can open in editor. Okay, I will try to click here. Boom, this is the dashboard page. Okay, I have a this is variant. If I try to create another variant, it will be added inside the dashboard. Okay, the name can be different but the URL will be the same. Okay, the navigation will be different again. So as I said, role based navigation, right? So that is the condition where we create the audience to which page it should be navigated. Okay, we are controlling there. Okay, this is how ServiceNow, I mean UI builder will looks like. Okay, whenever I try to add these are the simple setting setup for developers. You can view variant collection, excuse me, one page definition of page definitions and variant record and clear UI builder catch. Okay, so these are related to that. And you can duplicate variant also. So what does it mean duplicate variant, why we use? Okay, whenever you are a okay, if I'm a developer, if I work on something either React or Angular, whenever I try to modify a lot of changes, or I'm not sure about that, what I will do, I will clone the app, clone the entire project, and later I will start working on that project. If it is successfully working, then again I will make the same changes to the original app, right? I mean original pages or etc. So in the same way, whenever you try to duplicate the variant, it will make a clone of this particular page variant, and you can make some changes. It is working fine, then you can directly make this second I mean duplicate variant as a main one, or you can copy those changes inside the the first variant. Okay, the original variant, first version 1. Okay, so that is how we do, uh, just to be sure. Okay, if you are not confident enough. Okay, later coming to the here, first of all we will take this as an one of the portion, and this is one of the portion, and this is a one of portion. Okay, so what does it contain? Okay, we have module pop-ups. It is a by default one which have a model pop-ups. Okay, you can add model pop-ups here, and based on the condition you can open it. Okay, how to add it? By clicking here. Okay, first of all we will discuss about the layout, later we will jump into the components. Okay, so what is how whenever we open a page, right? So what do you see when you are a developer, you are trying to add some components, or I mean, no, I don't say components. Whenever you wanted to add some HTML to that page, you have a requirement of adding a form. Okay, form consists of couple of HTML tags, and it is binded to particular so please observe this, like what I'm saying. Whenever we are trying to add an input field. Okay, for example, input field we have, whenever you are designing in a hard coded HTML, first of all you will take a div. Inside a div you will keep a input field. Input field consists of placeholders, IDs, class attributes, and data binding or events, event binding, those kind of things you will be doing, right? And you will be having another button bottom, submit button, like a submit button. Whenever you click on the submit button, there will be some action has been done, right? So those HTML tags can be added. I mean, you the main benefit of UI builder is you can directly drag drop such a things. If I wanted a button, I can drag drop it. Okay, if I want to add it somewhere, I will click here, add button, boom. I will search here. In the search bar it will showing us components. We have lot of components. No need of hard coding designing, I mean hard code designing is needed in UI builder. This is the best part in UI builder. And we have workspace also. I will be covering workspace in the upcoming video, what are the advantages and how we can use the workspace, how we are creating, how well we can include some component kind of things in UI builder project, I mean in the our experience. Okay, so here we can directly add the button like this. If I click the button has been added. Okay, first thing about the HTML, how you gonna add, and the basic thing is the layout of the application, I mean sorry, the layout of a page. So how well you are designing a layout. Okay, whenever I say I wanted to design a particular HTML, I want it in a middle, it should be in a container with a background color and all. So what we do, we will make the structure here. Okay, we already have. Okay, and again deleting will be very easy, you can delete like this, I will be explaining later. So initially so by default it is showing a plus button, right? So whenever I click here, it is asking for a layout. Okay, so what layout means, if you are in a, if you are a fresher, let me explain you what is an a layout. If you are having a this is a layout, right? This is a layout. It has an a left content, right content, and middle content, right? If you have a web page which consists of let me open one of the page, Gmail. Oh my god, not Gmail. I will open YouTube. So when I open the YouTube, there is a nav bar here, and there are a lot of videos content here, right? This is one of the layout. It has an a side nav, and it has an multiple tags here, and a lot of cards here, right? So in the same way, if I wanted to design something, okay, I first of all we need to understand the layout of that particular application, what you want in the left side and what you want on the right side, and what you want in the middle. Okay, in the same way, again we have columns and rows and columns, sorry, rows and columns, where will be having multiple input fields. That input fields will, what they will do, it need to be, sometimes we need to show in a single line, and sometimes we need to show three in a single line, three in the second line, three in the last line, right? in that way, for that what we need to do is we need to add the rows and column structure. So what it will do is, um, so let us talk about the layout only. So you need to understand about the layout. Later I will tell you like how we gonna use it by using a component. And after adding something, input fields I have added. Okay, whenever I add an input field, what will be what I need to have again, I need to have a mm, input button, right? Button, I'll be having one more button. Okay, when I start trying to enter something, if I want to configure this input field, so we have configuration here. How you see in the HTML, we have lot of attributes we can add like placeholder, min character, max character. In the same way, we have the same thing in the UI builder also. So this many things we can configure with an input field, like how we used to do in a normal HTML field, right? Okay, so in the same way we have styles also. You can style your input field. Okay, this is the configuration, this is a styling thing. You can add width, height, min, max, etc. to this border, background color, shadowing. You can give a shadowing. Okay, what if I want to add some other things which are not available in this list? Okay, you can see here. Okay, view and edit. Okay, here you can write the hard coding values, I mean properties of CSS, like this display uh, block, like this you can write. Okay, it will take the value. Okay, again if you click here it will be gone. And later after this, if you click on something, you wanted to add some events. Okay, so then you if you click here, there is an button called add event mapping. So whenever you click on this, there are four options, which are input valid set, input value set, input, and input enter key. Let's see, key, key down, key up. I think key up is not available. Okay, these are the events which you can add for an input field. Okay, so again, when I say the event, what about the functionality? Okay, when you wanted to add the functionality, where you can add. Okay, when I click on the events, it is completely body event. Okay, my bad. Okay, you will be, and for the button it will be a separate configuration. For input there will be a separate configuration. It won't be same for each and every component, it will be very much different. Okay, when I say very much different, on clicks act differently, right? To which key up is no, key up won't work for button click, right? Events are little bit different for each and every element, right? So in the same way, for input field we have different configuration, for button we have different configuration. In the same way, if you go to the events, we have button clicked event but not key up key down kind of things. So there is a particular purpose to particular each component events or configurations or a select. Okay, when I go here, the CSS will be the same. Okay, because each and every, I mean, for the containers it will be different. A few of the common things will be have, I mean few of the components will be having the same CSS, and the edit will be common for each and every UI component. Okay, so we understood. Again, so I said like HTML we can click here and we can add. And if I click here, it will be shown here. Okay, whatever the input fields you are adding, whatever the UI components you are adding, you can see here. Okay, you can understand the structure. If you have any multiple components added, you will be getting into adapt to those kind of things. Okay, so HTML tags will be displayed here. Whatever the HTML you are using, I'm using an input field here, I'm using a button. Later if I add a container, it will be, there will be a single container will be displayed here. See, if I click the column, it is showing the column component. Okay, usually we say UI components, these are the UI components. Okay, whatever the HTML fields we have, that will be called as UI components. Okay, okay, now we got to know about okay, see, if I click here, If I click on the column, we are not able to see configuration and events. Why? Because containers won't have any event. So that is what UI builder is up to. Like they are making some sense, like how components will work, how input field will work, and how buttons will work. Okay, let us jump into the events. When I say events, I was telling about like button events can be added here, right? If I click here, I can add any event. Okay, before jumping to that, let us see where we can add write scripts. Okay, so if you see here, there are three icons here, right? Three icons. One is saying client script, one is saying client state, one is saying data. Okay, when I click on the client state, okay, this is client state, this is, oh sorry, my bad, this is client script, this is client state, and this is data, right? When I click on the client script, here there is a add button here. You can, if you click here, there is a new script will be adding here. Okay, if I write something on sub, okay, I have written a name here. This is a script name. Whatever the script name you wanted to give, you can give like this. There will be a open, uh, there will be a handler function, so where you will be writing your code. Okay, you can directly write console.log, mm, this is button function. Okay, so this is how you will be writing the code. Okay, you can write a number of functions inside the function, like scoped ones. Okay, so this is okay with the client state. What do you mean by client state? Client states are nothing but creating a variable. Okay, I want to create a variable called name is a string. If you want to add initial value, you can directly add it here. Okay, by clicking here, you will be adding a name. Name is to name. This is an object. Okay, I mean it shows like an object, but um, when you give the name, it will be taking this name as this, and the value as name. I will give CW coding wall, right? If I click outside, it will be automatically updated. Okay, and this is the data resource. Okay, here we will be adding the data resource. Okay, we will consume those in client scripts, and we will show the data. I will show you how to do that. Okay, so the basic walk around is okay. Now we will be designing the actual part. Okay, I will delete this. I don't want to add input field like this. Okay, I will be deleting this one also. So inside the body, um, whenever I click the component, I would like to add a input field with a submit button. Okay, other than that, we have lot of components in ServiceNow UI builder. Like if I click on the components, you can see it. You can see lot of components: action bar, active stream, assist, agent, which are basic things which are needed to develop a web page. Those kind of all the things are available here. Okay, if you try to create an ServiceNow developer account, and if you go through this, you will be getting to know all kind of things. Okay, Kanban board, KPI targets, KPI details. This will be, again, these are all configurable ones, and you can bind the real time data. Okay, link sets, link groups, loaders, page loaders, which I mean to say simple list, and login data, message, mini, charts, like that. We have lot of things here. Okay, which are uh, preloaded components. Okay, and okay, these are the preloaded components. Okay, so if I go back, if I want, okay, right now I wanted to make some kind of structure where it will be available in components. I will go to the components. I will take a container. Okay, I have a container, card based container. Okay, I need a card based container. Okay, both are same. This card based container, I want to give styles. This is large. Okay, I wanted to give a small one. Okay, I need a medium one. Okay, the styles, it is okay. I wanted to give a grid. I want to give only one column which has two rows, and width of 50%, not 50% actually, it should be 35%. Okay, it should be 35%, and this should be in middle. So what I will do is min max. So before that, what I will do, okay, let it be like that only. So I have added a container here, right? So if I wanted to add input field, I will click here, and I can add a input field, or otherwise if I click on the components, if I go to the input fields, okay, where is the input field? Okay, input field, and I just if I drag and drop here, the input field has been added here. Okay, so in this way also we can do. There are two types. In these two types we can add. Okay, we add a input fields. Okay, now I have added the input field, and again I wanted to add one more thing, which is button. Okay, I can click here, add after or add before. Okay, now I have added the button. I want the button to be center. So what I need to do, if I click the container, okay, I have already given the direction of the columns, and show advanced layout. If you click on the show advanced layout, we can decide where it should be decided. I mean where the input fields need to be displayed. Justify items, which is center, which where the input field, and this comes in the middle. Okay, this alignment item, starting, center. Okay, we can give like this also, center. If I remove this, okay, 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 this way we can give, and the content alignment also. Okay, so again I want background color to be different, so I can add a background color here, which is, we can select the patterns. Sorry, I'm going little faster. If I click here on the border, we will be able to see like this. There are theme colors which are not added right now. If I click on the pattern, we can see the patterns here, where I wanted a little blue. Okay, only little bit blue. Okay, that is enough for me right now. Okay, this is fine. And right now if I click on the input field, okay, just we will console the real world data. Okay, for that what we need to do, we'll just take the configuration, and inside, I mean if I click on the input field and if I go to the configuration, we'll see the input field text here, right? You can control it, text, IP, email, whatever you wanted. Okay, right now I'm okay with the text, and find layout value. Again for value, I have added an input field, right? Basically I wanted to display, if I wanted to display a value, I can do like that, or else I can directly bind the rate context. Okay, state which represents the mm, um, current variables list. Okay, state dot name. See, when I click the name, automatically the value has been added here, right? So this is how the two-way data binding works in your builder. Okay, max character, min characters, placeholder. Let me add, please enter a name. Okay, so this way we can add the placeholder here, and okay, we have a label here, so which represent this one, which is, I will change with the name. Okay, I clicked outside, so that is the reason it was changed. So it is showing as name. Okay, it is required or not required, that will give as required. Okay, we'll give it as a required, and again we can write the code also to return something. Okay, if I click here, this will pass true or false values which present in the input field. Okay, if I click this symbol, use script, it will directly return true or false. Okay, if I write return return true, it will work according to the function. It should be required mandatory field, it will show you as mandatory field. Okay, when I click save, we need to click on save button. If you are making any changes, if you want to see that changes, you need to click on the save button. Okay, if I click open here, it will be previewing here. Okay, when I click open URL, it will show in a different page. Okay, so the value has been already added. If I remove this, it is showing as placeholder, please enter a name. And if I click on the button, I wanted to see some values. Okay, for that what we need to do, we need to add some scripts, right? If you are working in HTML, I mean, if you are designing in HTML, whenever you try to add something in input field, if you are expecting a output on button click, you need to add a event, right? So that event will be added now. Let us jump to the code. We'll close this thing. So if I click on the button, what I will do, I will take a event. Okay, click event. Okay, so I have, see, observe clearly, I have clicked on the button only. Okay, when I click on the button, there is a and again if I go to the events, there is a button click events, right? If I click here, previously we didn't see the on button, on submit button, right? And scripts also, but it is visible now. Why? Because we have entered one of the script, so that is the reason it is showing. In the same way, we have lot of things, right? List, right? Event handlers, link to destination. What link to destination does, whenever we click on something and we expect a navigation to another page, we want to navigate the user to another page, then we use link destination. Add parameters to URL, same thing. Open a model pop-up. Okay, as I said, if we have a model pop-up, we can give directly pop-up here. Let me show you link destination. If I click on the link destination, the configuration will be open like this. Okay, when I select this button, we try to create a new page, then only it is visible. We can pass the variables, I mean values here itself. I will show you. If I go to the setting, so here if I go to the experience, okay, 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 this is my app, right? If I click here, there are a lot of pages, right? If I click new page, okay, create a new page, add a variant to a existing page. No, I wanted to create a new page. I want to create from the actually focused page. Okay, I will create a new page. Okay, so here I am using as user. Okay, if I click continue, I wanted to add required parameters. Okay, as name. Okay, I just wanted to add name to this. Looks good. And variant is default name, user page, user details, right? If I click the create, so this page has been added. Let us go to the dashboard again, click on the button, and if you go to the events, I didn't save, that's the reason why it is not showing like that. If I click on the link to destination, if I select some page, if we go here, it will directly suggest, or else you can directly paste the path. Okay, if I click here, see, when I click on the user, it is directly showing name as parameter. Why? Because I have added it as an um, page parameter. So that is the reason it is showing like this. Okay, when I say if I wanted to add some value here, variable which which I'm storing, I can directly write a hard coded value like Naveen, or else I can remove this and I can directly add the variable like this context dot sorry, if I wanted to add variable, defined variable, we will use state. If I'm using a context, I mean parameter from the URL, I will add a context. Okay, right now we will be sending the state.name, okay, to that particular page. If I click OK, then it will be saved. I mean, on click of add, it will be get saved. Okay, let me show you by clicking add. Let me save and see whether it is working or not. Okay, whatever the name I'm giving, that will be passed to the user page. Okay, if you wanted to check that thing in user page, let us go to editor. Okay, sorry, my bad. You can directly click here and you can go to the user page. Okay, and here I will add a component, style the text, sorry, style the text. It is added and I need to configure this, right? So configure manually. Here inside the text input field, I can write like this: bind value at the rate context dot props dot name. Okay, name is the only thing we have right now. So I click save. If I go to the view, we need to refresh this. Let me refresh. Okay, it got refreshed. If I click the button, see, it is showing as coding wall. It is navigated to user page, and inside the parameters it is passing the value as coding space wall. I mean, it converts percentage 20 space to percentage 20. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, I don't want to deep dive into this. Let me again show to the scripts now. I'm showing a walk around of UI builder, how you can use the components. Okay, that's it. It is not a brief video, but there are a lot of things which we can see in UI builder, but I can't cover this right now. So that is the reason I'm just giving a overview. If you wanted to delete something, you need to click here and you need to delete like this. Okay, right now I wanted to add a event on button click. Okay, I want to show some alert box which has a value. Okay, what I will do, I will click a add event here, and I will click on submit for the script, and I will click the add button. Okay, after clicking the add button, I want to write some logic inside this, right? So I will remove whole thing. So dot log save. Let me see. Actually we need to directly use it in the script. So let me open the console here. If I open the inspect, if I remove this, if I refresh, okay, I think I saved the functional. I saved it. Let me click it. See, coding wall is printing, right? So if I click on the button, I wanted to display whatever the input values entered by the user. So for that, what we need to do is while clicking on the input field, you can directly add an event handler. Go to the events, and you can click here, update client script. What it does, it will updates the value of a particular input field. Okay, so you need to configure here. Okay, when I click here, you need to give which parameter you wanted to configure. Okay, I have name right now, and here what we will do is we need to add the value. So for that, what we need to do is we need to take the payload dot value. Okay, the value will be directly reassigned to name. Okay, if I click add, and if I go to the script, I just added, I have made the change to name, and I am consoling the name. Okay, if I click the save button, if I click the reload, I removed the initial value also. Right now it is null. If I um, enter something like coding and click on the button, and if I open the inspect, inside the console we see the coding, right? If you have any doubt, we can directly go here, and I'm adding a debugger point here. If I change something to wall, if I click here, So let me change it. See, it is showing as coding wall and again a space after the L, right? This is how it will be displaying. Okay, the values are displayed. Okay, it doesn't show like this, it will be showed as undefined only, so don't worry about that. Okay, in this way we can update the values. Till now we understood like how we add the components and how we add events and how we add scripts. Now let us see how we can add data resource. Okay, and again we already know about the variables, right? If I wanted to add a variable which is not a string, it should be a object array, then we will add a JSON. Okay, it will be looking like this, and we can decide if it is an array or an object. Okay, like this we can add it. Okay, complex array, if it is in a complex array you can add. If I add a simple array, it will be looking different, like a box. If I wanted to add a complex array, okay, if I apply, and if I add something inside this, it will be looking different. Okay, so in the same way we can add boolean numbers also. Okay, I'll delete this variable right now. And if I go to the data, okay, so to how we can add data. So here we have uh, okay, we can access the data tables inside in ServiceNow, like instant tables, etc., etc. Okay, if I click on add, we have bunch of applications where we can pull out the data. Okay, some can be need ACL settings, permissions for that. And let us use global, which is it can be accessible by everyone. And again there are a lot of things, data resources like lookup data, lookup regex. What I will do is I will simply fetch lookup records. Record is different, records is different. Record will pull only one record and records will pull entire data. Okay, if I click here, it shows the lookup record configuration. Okay, table condition, return fields, max results, everything. Okay, if I click on the add button, sometimes your add button won't be shown, so please scroll a little bit down so that you can able to see the add button. Okay, I'm clicking add here, and you can specify a name. You need to specify a table name. So first of all we will go with the incident table. Incident. Okay, I can write the condition here. One more thing. Okay, so if I want to load immediately on page load itself, you can give immediate loading. Okay, if I want to invoke on explicitly, like on particular call itself, I can give like this, only when invoked. Okay, mm, and you can write the condition also, active ones to get the active ones or like that. So you can write the condition is active is equal to or some approvals assigned to or like that. Okay, I'm not using any condition, I just wanted to pull the data. So and specify records also, I don't want this many records, so I just want 10 records right now. I'll give max 10 results. And coming to the return fields, I'll just click here active. Okay, and again assign to, I'm pulling assign to also. Okay, okay, I'm pulling this, and I don't want to add anything, I just wanted to check if it is working or not. So for that what we will do is after clicking of the button, we will try to print the entire table. Okay, for that what we need to do, we just need to copy this name. Okay, go to the scripts. Here we will remove everything. I will change it to user table is equal to, as I said, if you want to consume some API data scripts or client scripts, I'm sorry, not client scripts, data resource or client states, we will just write API dot data dot. So you will automatically, there is a suggestion coming out like lookup record. Okay, dot results. Okay, so if I try to console this, user table. Okay, if I try to console this on click of button, let me save this and check whether it is working or not. Okay, so I go here, and if I enter this, nothing going to be happen. Whenever I click on the button, see, there's a 10 records fetched, right? As I said, so when I okay, when I change it to immediate invoke and I try to console, we see in a 10 records printing. These 10 records are printing, right? So when you are giving a explicitly only when invoked explicitly, you need to give another functions where you need to give a time gap to that to invoke the data, and again you need to fetch the data Okay, so you can give it by events. If you go to the events, there are uh, events which can be called based on the fail, successful and initially, okay, when it is initiated. So this way you can directly add that particular events, I mean client scripts like this, and you can use those things. Okay, so this is how basic things we use in UI builder. I hope you guys like this video, and if you have any doubts, please do try to comment in the video, or give a thumbs, and please do subscribe, don't forget that. And yeah, if you have any doubts, please do comment on the comment section, so can I can know. And if you want any further videos, you can directly ping me on Instagram, or you can comment on the comment section in the YouTube. Okay, thank you everyone, have a good day.